And we're gonna go around the leagues. We're gonna talk about something that's not on here. I want to start off with.
Tell me, go ahead. I love it
So
when
I don't
you have
know
good.
if you've heard, Draymond Green comes out this past week, and says that all these women should stop complaining about equal pay. He comes out and he says, "How about you go to these companies who are supposedly about women empowerment and women being there, and tell them to pay more in sponsorship for your league, pay more money to grow your league, to empower you, and to empower your game. Stop coming out and bitching about, oh, the NBA makes more than us, and the U.S. men's soccer team makes more than us, and blah 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 blah." So, what are your thoughts on that?
This is very interesting because for sure I'm about to get canceled right now. Okay, so I was just talking to somebody who I thought was a little bit delusional. First of all, the Equals Women's Pay Day was a few weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
Kudos for them to, I guess, having a holiday. The talk was led by an Olympian soccer female player and talking about on how there should be equal pay. All right, let's look at this. Let's break this down, because I tried to break it down to my man and he wasn't understanding what I'm saying. First of all, let's be clear. In this country, right, there is equal pay. Okay. If a boy and a girl go to McDonald's and get a job, the boy doesn't get $17 because he's a boy, and the girl doesn't get $10 because she's a girl. Wherever the minimum wage is what the minimum wage is. Okay. In the state of California and New York, let's speak specifically to, because that's what we know the best. In the state of California, it is 14 and change, the minimum wage. I don't know how much is it in California, but at these, let's say, lower level jobs, everybody gets paid the same. Now, I will see you and I will raise you. I was just talking to my wife about this. In the bar industry, again, something that I'm privy to, women make more than men. Women, I say it again, women make more than men, okay? Because no old dude who wants to spend his social security check at the bar is going to sit and talk to me hours about baseball. But he will sit and spend dollars to watch this young lady's figure the whole time. Mm-hmm. And I have lost jobs. I have been more qualified and more knowledgeable. I've lost jobs because the woman was more attractive. Okay, let's take another spin to this, okay? We just said a girl made $1 million in 6 hours. Where's my equal pay? If I shove a dildo up my ass, I might not even make a fucking quarter.
Exactly.
Okay? Now, this argument goes to, I think, higher up positions.
Not
right?
even.
Hold on, but feel me on this, all right? I know we were talking about it, but this is what they're saying, right? Because now I
They're
think
wrong,
the big
but after you finish your thought, I'll clarify.
Right. So let's say to the higher ups, right? And so they argue. We're not even getting to where I want to get to. They're arguing that it's like a good old boys club, and that's usually referring to white males, right? Because we can't even get into that fucking circle either, right? Latinos and blacks, we're not even invited to that fucking party, because if your daddy didn't buy you, the library in Harvard, you ain't down, right? So we're already excluded out of that group. Okay, so what I'm saying is like, okay, maybe there could be some kind of an issue there. I think that the real issue is that a female athlete wants to get paid the same amount of money a male athlete does. And I think that that's really like the overseeing argument, because the last time I checked, I mean, does Taylor Swift make more or less or the same than Drake does? Because I think Taylor Swift is getting paid like a motherfucker. Yep. Okay. Right. So Drake is getting paid like a motherfucker too, but Drake probably makes less, if you could believe that, because Taylor Swift shit is PG. Mm-hmm. And Drake is saying motherfucker, motherfucker, motherfucker. So the EP, the LP's got the explicit, lyrics on it. You're not getting paid that much. I think that the argument now that they're really trying to like pound home is for male and female athletes. Now, this is going to sound terrible, but I've said it the same thing when it comes to college. Okay. So basketball, baseball, football plays scholarships for kids to go to school, right? You also have scholastic scholarships. Yep. I'm sure you also have chess scholarships. But when I'm playing football and my number is in the fucking store and is selling, and I'm selling out to crowds, then I think that things are a little different, bro. Yep. I'm actually literally putting the school on my back and bringing attendance in. I mean, I'm actually making it more popular to come to the school.
Exactly.
If you're on the chess team, no offense, bro, no one gives a fuck. Okay? And so for the hate, like, that comes with that, I don't understand. Now back to what you're going to do, because I'm going to try to set you up here. the biggest problem seems to be with the NBA and the WNBA because there's no female baseball team.
Nope.
There's no female football team.
They
Right?
have those lingerie football leagues that never take off.
Right.
And the bitches are naked on the field, but nobody wants them. No men want vast majority of men don't want to watch women half naked playing football.
Okay. Soccer, males, there was females. Not enough attendance, they got canceled. Okay. You know what's crushing right now? Female MMA.
Yep.
Okay. If I was trying to switch gears, fuck it. They don't want to watch basketball. They're making mad money. MMA. Look at Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey's killing it.
She even said it. A reporter came out in the audience and was like, "Do you feel like you're getting a lot of money? Is it right that you're getting a lot of money?" And she goes, "Yeah, my pay reflects what I bring, and I'm the highest grossing MMA fighter, male or female, in the sport. That's why I'm getting paid the big bucks. That's what I give. Dana White's giving me most of the money because when I'm on the card, we sell 100 million pay-per-views.
Right.
When I'm not on the card, we sell 15.
So LeBron James versus Kevin Durant is going to sell out a stadium.
Of course.
I'm sorry, but maybe I know the LA Sparks. I don't even know another team.
Exactly, and it's not your fault.
I'm not being an asshole. I'm just stating the facts, kid.
Yep.
You know, and Draymond Green, to bring it back full circle, I think he has a point.
Yep.
And not only that, why are you not pressing all these fucking companies? Because the NFL sells pink jerseys like a motherfucker. They sell pink cleats. They sell pink bats in motherfucking baseball. They sell pink everything. It's okay for them to have breast cancer awareness, but none of these people are looking into this and trying to give you more. I mean, it's like us. Whether we were a male or a female show, it's about popularity. If we sucked, it wouldn't matter.
Exactly.
We're going to get paid because of our popularity. Now, another thing that I'll put into this lens. Right now, female podcasters are crushing it. I got to go compete with that.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I just...
Your equal pay on that? Why are you not getting the same money that they're getting?
So, I just don't understand. I think that Draymond has a point. I think that the female soccer organization, they're great. They won the gold. But this is going to be a shot to them. There was probably 2 teams in the whole Olympics that was at your level. Like, you telling me North Korea is going to put out a team? Come on, bro.
Okay,
China?
So let's really unfold this into layers.
Go ahead.
Okay, first thing is, I don't know if you've seen this actually happened. People could go to Google and look this up.
Okay,
The USA women's team played an under 15 boys team, and the boys team beat the USA women's team in a scrimmage.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
In a scrimmage.
Yes.
So there's a meme out there saying, "Where's the equal pay for the boys that are 15 and under?" Right? That's a meme.
We're probably getting canceled off.
So let's start there, right? Also, there's an Olympic sprinter, female. You go to her. She holds all the world records. Her name is escaping me right now. She holds all the world records for fastest time. 200 boys, high school boys, ran a faster time than her. So when they want equal pay with men versus women, it's not an equal value just because of the entertainment of it. So now, if the women's league was generating 10 million viewers a game, and the NBA was generating 5 million viewers a game, and the men were still making more money than the women, then I'll be like, yo, that's fucked up. The women have a case. Women are getting 300,000 a game in the NBA finals of people watching. 400,000, 500,000. The NBA is getting 5 million, 6 million, 7 million. There was also another thing where it shows the WNBA finals had 390,000 people watch it. One YouTuber video reacting to funny shit had 3 million views. So it's just about what people want to see and people want to watch. It has nothing to do with men or women. I'm guaranteeing you more women strippers make more money than men strippers.
100%.
It has nothing to do with either woman or male. Okay, now to debunk your homeboy, I don't know. He needs to go read a couple of things.
I know. He's
In
probably
any
watching.
higher level, any high status, lawyer, judge, CEO, vice president, whatever. You get paid for the same exact thing when you come in entry level. Now, here was the differentiator. Men are more aggressive and more likely to negotiate their salaries at the interview. Women aren't. Women are more agreeable than men. Men are less agreeable. So if I go into an interview and they say, here's 100,000, I'm like, I want 125,000. And then they negotiate with me, whatever. Let's say I end up at $112,000 a year. A woman goes for the same exact position. The starting salary is 100,000. If she doesn't ask for a compensation and she just starts at 100,000, that has nothing to do with the guy. That just has that she didn't go out and try to ask for a raise at the beginning of the interview or the hiring process. So that's where it gets conflated, because people try to say, oh, look, he came in, he's making more money. No, then I flip it on them. So let's say, I always say, do you think it's as soon as a person gets hired that they starting off more than you? So let's say if a male comes in who's gonna get hired for a VP job, and a woman gets hired for a VP who got hired 5 years ago for a VP job. So now this woman has gotten 5 years under her belt of raises, bonuses, moving up in a company. Now she's gonna have, let's say she started at 100,000. 5 years later, she's making 125,000. Now let's say if they hire a brand new guy for the same exact job she had, and he gets starting off at 100,000. So technically, she's making more money than him for the same exact job. Now, is it fair to this woman or man who's been working in this company for 5 to 10 years, busting his ass, getting raise after raise after raise, for this newbie to come in and get paid the same exact money as you? I don't think that's right or it's fair, unless they negotiated for that number. But people don't like to talk about that. Now, men are willing to move. Women aren't willing to move for jobs. Men are willing to go to do more dangerous jobs than women. Women don't like to do dangerous jobs. Women go to the medical field. Why? Because they're more caring. They just gravitate to that for whatever reason. Teaching, nursing, things along those healthcare workers. And men are willing to sacrifice more. I'm not gonna go out with you tonight. I'm going to work. I'm gonna put in these extra 5-10 hours of overtime. Women are not or less likely to put in overtime. Less likely to move, less likely to ask for a raise. So all these are contributing factors of the pay gap. So when people go, oh, in these higher up in these companies and stuff like that, it's all bullshit. It's all just people virtual signaling, because the data shows that it's all many factors of to why men and women get paid differently. They just want to emphasize on that as he's a male and she's a woman. That's all it is. And anybody who doesn't know that, then you're just an idiot and want to be about the woke culture, because that's not how this works. Do some fucking research. The research is out there. People don't get paid starting off at the same thing. So like right now, should we get paid what Joe Rogan makes?
No.
Per episode, just because we're men? No,
Right.
Wait, I identify as a woman now. So I should get the same exact money as him, because we're doing the same thing as podcasting. That's not how this works.
I think it's back to what we were talking about, man, the trophy stuff. And I also think too, I can't speak so much for the corporate stuff, but a lot of that stuff, I'm sure is in black and white. So, for sure, if that is there, you got to look it up, and the writing's on the wall, or the writing's,
Or even if what you said with the people who have their clicks, right? Don't work for them then. Go find yourself a company that holds the same values that you hold and that you want to work for. Though, stop going to Goldman Sachs. Stop going to go work for ExxonMobil. Stop going to work for these guys who don't want you in their circles anyway. Stop bitching about that stuff. Go work with who you want to work with.
I also feel like, this is another thing too, and we've talked about it before, but women don't support women, right? Mm-hmm. So like, if you're trying to bring up your viewership, where's the viewership for y'all for your own thing?
Yep.
Right. So like for me, men gamble on sports more. Men consume more sports. So I mean, they're basically trying to cut a space into their own, where it's like, I get that you're athletic, but I really don't know what to say.
Like, I think we spoke about this last week or the last podcast. Candace Parker looked at um Shaq, like he was stupid for saying, "Why don't you lower the rims?" Like she gave him this look like, "I'm too good for that." Like you're not too good for that. Nobody's watching your stuff to the magnitude that you want them to watch it.
It's gotta be fun. It's kind of boring.
Yeah, and you got when you have NBA players donating money to the league, so your league could pay your salaries. That's a problem.
I agree.
You as an individual and your WNBA, the WNBAPA should be at any woman, woman products. Oriel, what's up? Was $100 million
on that motherfucker, right?
You put Kim Kardashian in her lips. The any of those shows that have anything women related.
Ellen.
Yeah,
I mean,
why is the WNBA not constantly on Ellen or on Oprah or any of these women who have big ass platforms?
Why isn't these girls with these big ass platforms buying, floor seats?
Yeah, or Dove. Why is it not? Why is Dove not in there? Like the women's line Dove. You got anything hair shit? I'm trying to think of just women products. Why are not all these women products dumping a lot of money into the league? Because nobody's watching, and it's basic economics and it's basic math, and people just don't want to hear the truth, and it sucks. It is what it is.
I'm telling you, I'm already fucking on the opposite side of this seat because I'm a trade professional in the field that I'm good at, and there are tons of women that make way more money than me.
Yeah, for sure.
And they got a job. I don't even have a job at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on a different plane with this whole discussion. Like I said, I think it's very much geared to just sports, and the only two sports that want to get the love in this department seem to be women's soccer and women's NBA, because at the end of the day, MMA is doing just fine, and nobody's clamoring for a baseball league or an NFL league of women.
Nope.
Right? Now, do I think it's progressive that we're getting female refs in the NFL? That's great. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I think this equal pay thing might be a little bit, I'm not going to say hocus pocus, but a bit of a mirage, because I think when you got to literally look at sectors.
It's delusion. It's literally delusion. Because like I had this conversation with my girl in California. They wanted to do something where it's against the law not to have a certain percentage of minorities on your board, and you had to have a certain amount of women on your board. Now, what I told her was like, "Do you think that's right?" She said, "Yeah, that's fine. I think that's okay." Blah blah blah. I said, "Okay, cool." Now, let's say you made a company and you had it all female, and your company was thriving because it was all female. It was making billions of dollars a year, and it was all female. And then the state comes in and says, "Hey, you have to have 30 or 40% male on your board." You would be upset about that because you built your company with this culture of women. If you would be upset if the government told you had to put men or diversify your board to just for the optics of people. That's not how business works. Money doesn't fucking care what color you are. I can guarantee you that right now. Money doesn't care. People are making money green, blue, orange, fat, skinny, black, Asian, all of it. They're all making money. You just got to find out how to make the money. And these women in these sports, the sports are not making the money. And it's simple economics.
Like, yeah, and I still think, like, from a collegiate standpoint, they're getting the same free education that other guys are doing, right? The same boys that are able to go to Baylor, the same girls are able to go to Baylor. The same guys that are going to Kentucky, the same girls are going to Kentucky. So, I mean, for the most part, you are getting a free college, ride. So it does make sense for you to do sports. But right now, it doesn't seem like the space right now is calling for female sports. Now, it might change. Right?
Exactly.
Like I said, female MMA is killing.
Exactly.
Female MMA is destroying. Like at first, it was a little tough for me because I don't know why fine women got to hit each other. But when I started seeing the level of competition and these girls got better hands, better ground technique than some of the other dudes, it was actually more interesting. And like you just said, homegirl is selling out arenas.
Yep.
Selling out arenas. I mean, look. Oh my gosh. The young lady that just got canceled from Mandalorian. She was great. Gina Carraro. Gina Carraro was great in the MMA.
Yep.
She was one of the first leaders. Yep. Like I said, I think this is another thing too. It's different, right? And this is another argument that people look at. I think that the actors and the actresses shit is another argument, right? Because The Rock makes 30 million, but Gwyneth Paltrow makes 10 million.
But
Right.
The Rock does $1 billion in sales at the box office.
I get it. What I'm saying is that I think that this argument is very shifted to a certain group of women that want the equal pay, that are not getting it in with their competitors at that point. Because for a large point of it, let's say 70%, everybody's equal pay.
It's
If not more.
100%. It's all based on your production and what you agree to as an individual. Now,
Right.
if me and a woman went for a job and I was settled and I said I'll take this job for 90 grand, and she comes in and she says no, I want $115,000, and she gets paid $110,000, she's making 20 grand more than me for the same job, but she had the guts to go and ask for that salary when she was getting hired.
I also think that they're due to COVID, there's way more women making more money than dudes. There's a lot of dudes at home right now not making
for
shit.
sure.
Being the dad and the Mr. Mom and all that other shit. But before you blow a gasket, let's finish up this around the league stuff.
For sure.